This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Shaun Cole, but the real star of today's show is the sim racing system, Simpit Porsche RSR series, and here we are for week 5, I think we are, at Watkins Glen in this incredible Porsche RSR, and it should be a very exciting race. I got a little bit of time to prep yesterday. I'm not feeling as strong as I did at, say, Road Atlanta, or even at times how I felt on the first third, at least, of Nordschleife. I'm a little out of practice, but Watkins Glen is a track I've run a lot of laps on, so I should be able to do all right if I can just stay composed. I am starting the show a little early, just a few minutes early today, because I'm always a little late getting to the action on our race for qualifying, because things happen very quickly on SRS. There's no dilly-dallying, and as soon as it's ready to go, it's going to go right to qualifying, and as soon as it's ready to go, it's going to end the race, and so on and so on. We are showing a different angle, so as you notice, the graphic, I'm covering it. We're going to work on some graphic changes, but I had a handful of people request that we do something a little different. So real quick, let's bring down this and just take a quick look at Watkins Glen. 15 turns in our configuration, running 3.4 miles in New York, United States. It is maybe the most famous road course in the United States. Indy, of course, being the most famous track in the United States. But I want to bring that down because I want to show you what we're going to do a little different today. So today we are going full screen. What I've done is I've removed the chat from the equation, and we're not showing the chat on the video. It seems to be fairly redundant because the chat also is happening side next to the video, and people thought it would be a better stream being able to actually see it that way. So I did want to give you guys a chance to see that in advance, let you know why things look different. Also, I'm not doing the foot camera. I think I like the foot camera, and it has its place at times, but I think it's also a little distracting. So we're going to go with the 2 cameras overlaid like this. I think you still get all the information you need. Other big change, I've gone back to Assetto Corsa as my radar proximity sensor. Other things that are different. So many things are different for today's stream. Why I want to be here a little bit early. Make sure everything was still working right. I am back to my Leo Bodner direct drive steering wheel instead of the OSW. I am on Fanatic inverted V3 pedals instead of my Ricmotech pedals. And if that wasn't enough to throw at me, I'm using the Sam Maxwell, which is incredible, but it's a different wheel rim than I'm used to. And on top of all of that, I am also sitting in a Next Level Racing Motion Platform V3. This is a bolt to your RSeat, a few other rigs, or a DIY rig motion platform that's only $3,000. It's very affordable, and this is going to be my first race in it. When I do testing, when I'm practicing with things to make sure when I'm giving you my opinion for a full review that I really have tested it in the hardest and harshest of environments. I like to make sure that I race, not just drive, but race. Tonight, my points are on the line, my pride is on the line as I do so in this motion rig, and I will really know how it affected my day or race. What else is going to be different? I think that's about it, but I didn't get a lot of practice in, so I wanted to get everything ready, so instead of doing my intro and talking over qualifying, that I could get right to the track as soon as qualifying got underway. So first things first, I'm actually running the setup that me and Mitchie built last week for Road Atlanta. It was a really good setup that allowed me to really hit the curbs hard, and I didn't have time to make changes because when I drove, I was still getting used to and playing with the motion rig. I wasn't really focusing on driving. So we're just going to run that setup. It should do the job, should get things done, and it should allow us to hit some of those curves like in the bus stop chicane without having too much trouble with the car. It is a little loose. I noticed a little looser than it was at Road Atlanta. It's a little looser here, so we're going to load up that, and let me save it as another copy here, and let me do the same thing with my race set before I forget. Load, and go to here and hit save, and it looks like perfect timing because qualifying's about to get. It's not on regular YouTube. It's unlisted. Oh, shoot. You know, YouTube and its save changes. I'm glad you guys told me. I am going to really be mad about this. Bear with me one moment, you guys, as I see what I can do about that. Yeah, it switched to unlisted again. That was from our test, but I'd switched it back. It just didn't change. I'm going to stop the stream, and then I'm going to make that change and start the stream again. So give me just 3-4 minutes, you guys, and we'll be back on the air again. Sorry. This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Shaun Cole, with the real star today's show is the Sim Racing Systems Simpit Porsche RSR series, and here we are at Watkins Glen for tonight's race, race 1 of 2 for this week, and I'm pretty excited about this because today I'm in all new gear. I'm in my RSeat, that is my standard rig, but it's been adapted with the Next Level Racing Motion Platform V3, and that does spice things up quite a bit. I am recovering from a blown intro or blown beginning of the stream, so hopefully people can let me know if things are working properly, because it was showing as unlisted. So hopefully things are back underway. I am now missing qualifying, but that's the price I pay when I didn't do my prep work. I was doing a little testing earlier just to make sure that everything was working with the stream, because as you can see, I've changed things up. We've gone to a much larger game issue and just 2 images because I felt that we were getting a little bit redundant with the combination of the chat, which was redundant. In addition to that, we had the pedal cam and the over-the-shoulder cam and the controls up on the screen. And I thought I was getting one of those scenarios that was just more information than you possibly could want or need. So, I'll talk you through things as we go out on our warm-up lap, because we are making up for lost ground, because there's only 7... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on, Cole. Get it. Oh, I don't have my audio on. Duh. So sorry, you guys. I am all out of whack with that blown... I actually started early trying to be on top of it, but with all that... Oh, sorry. Sorry about that, Stan. Can't drive without headphones. What are you thinking? I was wondering why I could actually hear myself talk. As I was saying, 6:20 left in qualifying. We got a big problem. I am running in... The problem is time and being late to the game, but I am in an RSeat RS1 chassis with a Next Level Racing Motion Platform V3. I'm running on a Leo Bodner wheel-based direct drive wheel, a Sam Maxwell Dallara Formula Rim, and I'm running Fanatic Club Sport V3 inverted pedals. So everything is all new and out of whack and different today. We have to try to get it all our composure back in. No warm-up. Get it started in a panic. Hopefully the stream is looking good. Again, we're doing some new camera angles at the request of a handful of people who thought it would be a better stream, being able to see it better. With that being going to a much larger screen. And then on top of that, only 2 camera angles in addition to that, because how many things can your eyes watch at one time, to be honest with you? Late into turn 1. It's alright, I just want to get a lap posted right now, that's all. I don't want to be starting in 21st. Although that would make for an interesting night. Carter Mascarenas in number 1. Andres Castaneas in 2. I only got 1 hour of practice yesterday, and I was still making adjustments to the motion rig and not really concentrating. Oh, and I know I can go a full second quicker than that. We're gonna have our work cut out for us tonight. All right, full concentration mode. Whoa, too much curb. Too much. Can't hit all four. Oh, that's going to hurt. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Car, please. Okay, so let's check in with you guys. Any opinions on sound, visuals, and everything? This is our last chance to make any adjustments. Audio should be the same as what we've been doing. It's really more about do I have the information you want to see on the screen? Are the cameras looking good? And can I get it together? Come on, Cole. This rig, just to give you guys a few initial thoughts, if you can, move the sidekick up above your camera window so you can see it. Okay, Brandon. I see what you're saying. Ooh, actually, that looks pretty slick. Thank you. Great idea. Yeah, that looks cool. I should take a screen image of that so I can make some borders for things, but we're looking good. Okay, 120, not enough. So tonight's game, actually, well, let's play a fun game then. This is cool. We're going to be starting back in the grid. We're going to have to work our way and see how many spots we can pick up. That's going to be fun. Really strange looking board tonight. Ricardo Mascarenas in first with a 144.299. Owen Deanan in second with a 145.171. Andreas Castaneas in third with a 145.317. John Cannon in fourth, 145.531. Heiko Sherman currently only sitting in fifth. I wonder if Heiko just can't stand American tracks. Stan Donnet, Shaun Sebring, Doug Hawley, Tom Jones, and Joa Antonio round out the top 10. 33 seconds left in qualifying as we ride along with Ricardo Mascarenas as he finishes up, our current pole sitter. Cool, good. I'm glad you guys like this. Awesome. Fuel. Thank you, Spatial. Yes, I gotta make sure I load my race set. Mr. Clean, it is a little bit dark. This is a imported or modded track. I see the track is looking very static, very plain. Forget what I'm seeing off. I'm talking the actual track itself. It kind of has not that same emotion, life to it that I see in current tracks of today. Oh, Stan up to 5th place now. Heiko bumped back to 6th. Race is a 1-hour race. No, our race... Why is the race only 20 minutes? What the... Oh, man. Man. No, right here. It's the top center one. Race 20. Practice 5, qualifying 10, race 20. Sim Racing Systems made some sort of an error. I noticed qualifying had been 20 minutes, and even though I had to restart, I'm like, gosh, how are we down to 6.5 minutes already? And I didn't say anything. Oh. So that means we needed a third of the amount of fuel we have in the car. That is That's a bummer. That's a real bummer. What is 1/3 of 80? I'm just going to put in 30, 28. Uh, 60 and 1/3 of that would be 6.5. Let's just put in 29. That's more than enough. All right, here we go. We will not be on the air as long as we thought. We're starting back in 16th place with a lot less time to get the job done. That sucks. Pile up coming up right here, watch. Not a pile up, but a couple off. Had to be expected. I'm really crunching in with the motion sim being very high and upright as well. We'll make adjustments to all that. Why is something is mapped to my brake pedal? Ugh. Oh, a little too much curb there. Dang, look at Chris coming up fast from behind. I think every time I touch my brake pedal, it is changing my traction control. Come on. Did I not load? How did I not load my race set? Everything, man, tonight's a mess, huh? I have way too much fuel somehow. So my car is running really slow. I don't think it loaded my race set. Whoa, late. That traction control thing is cracking me up. Luckily, it's not something worse. Can you imagine if that was brake bias? Shoot. Not a good turn. Oh, scorched it. Ah! Decent recovery. Come on. Let's go. Whoa, Joe, where are you going? Where are you going? Ah, my foot angle is all wrong. Whoa. Did you guys see Joa fly through the bus stop, by the way? He gained like a half a second. Oh. Oh. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Whoa, sorry, Joa. I crowded you too much. I'm sorry, buddy. Shit. Oh, that was all me. Oh. Oh, my car stalled. Oh. Well, we had a few things not there tonight. Game over, man. Game over. All right, well, let's go ahead and tune in and watch the end of the race since we're here. Ricardo Mascarenas right now with a 5-second lead over Andreas Castanedas, running in second. Owen Deenan in third. John Cannon fourth. Heiko moved his way up into fifth. Stan Donnet in sixth. Dan Clark running seventh. Tom Jones in eighth. Gabriel Robillard in ninth. And Sean Seabrand in 10th. No, I think... So, Mr. Clean, here's what went on for me. Let me put it on Ricardo so we can watch while I tell you. I drove yesterday on all the same equipment and everything dialed in. I turned off my computer. I did my streams this morning, did some other things, got set up for today's broadcast. And when I fired up the game, I noticed that my wheel and pedals and nothing was mapped correctly. And I'm like, that's really weird. I had it all right. So I went into controls, remapped everything, so I thought, and then saved it to make sure there was no problem, and then made the changes to the stream that I wanted to do, and then ran qualifying and didn't notice anything until during the race when I'm like, what is it flashing up at the top? And every time I touched the brake pedal, it was literally changing my traction control one step forward each time. Simultaneously, the brakes were working, so it was doing two things at once. And we're going to chalk that up to things that I talk about and have said on the show a lot of times. But you know, you don't get in a real race car without you or the team and maybe multiple versions of checklists. You know, what do you do? What is your startup procedure? You know, and some of it is ritualistic, and some of it is procedure as far as what you need to do. You know, getting your belts on. You put your belts on before, you know, you need to put your Hans on before you put your belts on. You know, that kind of stuff. It goes in a particular order. And along the way, you verify that everything is working properly. So I am guilty of showing up late, not warming up, and forget all the new equipment. It doesn't matter. As a racer, my obligation is to have practiced, which I did enough to be safe. I do believe that was just an error in judgment there on my part, and not to downplay it. That was a mistake. That was stupid. But we need to, you know, we need to come prepared. We need to have our setups ready to go. We need to have checked our equipment, made sure everything's good to go, registered for the race, you know, audio, video, everything's working right. I know, Billy, we were thinking of all the other things it could have been. You know, it's like, what if it was changing my brake bias during braking? Wouldn't that be funny? Yeah, looking left, that would have been, at least if it had been looked left, I might have caught it earlier because it would have been so noticeable. So, but if you make a hardware change, and sometimes a hardware change is as simple as just adding a button box because it might change the rotation of your other devices. But if you make a change, you better spend a day or two starting, restarting, resaving, making sure that everything is dialed in right. And, you know, when you got into this for the first time, you had to do that. It's no different. So all that tonight is just me being guilty of lack of preparation. Thank you, John. And not H. I saw the H, and I'm like, what's Brandon talking about? Well, that'll make me feel better, Brett. For sure. I'll watch the replay. I felt like I kind of squeezed him a bit. So maybe he was trying to get to the other inside, knowing that I was pushing him wide. I wasn't being very nice, though. I will say that. I mean, I can't even act 100% innocent. I'm like, what's the least amount of room I have to give Joa on the outside? And that's where I put up my car, I thought. I thought I put my car right on that edge of not being unfair, but not being easy about him getting by me either. I don't know if you noticed with Shaun Seabrand, I kind of did something else, and I pushed him out to the outside and said, hey, you know what? I don't see how you're going to outbrake me going into the bus stop, so somebody's going to have to yield. Well, preparation comes in different ways, and it's a little different if you just can't get yourself working, you know, which John had some... But, nonetheless, oh, looks like Ricardo won it. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted with talking. Andreas came in second. I forgot we only had 4 minutes left when I went out of the race. Looks like Owen Deenan, John Cannon, Heiko Sherman, Stan Donnet, Dan Clark, Shaun Seabrand racing to the line with Gabriel Robillard, and then Chris Saucier, who's looking really fast, but finishes in 10th. So we're going to have a total shakeup in the points today, that's for sure, as a result of that. So let me do something that we don't normally do. Let's go back and look at that moment. You guys want to help me decide and watch the save replay. Race. Let's play You Make the Call. Yeah, let's watch them. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go ahead and, whoops. Come on, Shaun. Amateur hour. Leave. Replay. I do that more often than you would think. Let's go ahead and really quickly watch the replay. I've heard that too. I could probably do that. I'm always tired. Well defended against ProSim. Let's watch that one too. Let's see how that looked on TV if we were at home or the broadcasters. So let's see here. ProSim was first. That's Shaun right behind me, I do believe. This might be the... we already passed the moment. Let's see here. I don't remember what lap that was on. I don't think this is the one. That's beyond it. No, it's not. That's not the one. There we go. There we go. Shaun makes a move to the outside. He's equal. Equal. We're not getting good. Ah, that was good. That was just, that's what you do. You could use that in a lesson of good defense right there. And Shaun being a really trustworthy driver, yielding when he didn't have a clean path. He would have drove us. I just never even thought about letting it by, to be honest with you. It would never occurred to me. All right, now let's see the Joa moment. And Joa, you know, Joa's going faster than me for sure, so I know he wanted to get on by. Here we go, here we go. Oh, 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 it's not like I thought. Oh, that was like a Verstappen-Ricardo moment, except I didn't double move, but that's just contact. That happens. That's no fault. I'm moving that way. Oh, yeah. Maybe he thought I was going all the way to the outside. I thought he was you know, that's a tough call for me. I thought he was already outside of me. 25 liters is not enough. I want to get that from another camera angle. I can't see things with my... I thought right there he was already to my side, by the way. I literally thought, well, you guys heard before I watched, I thought that I was pushing him to the outside of the track. All right, well, thank you. I feel a little bit better. I don't know why my car stalled out, but I think that, I don't know if that was enough damage to kill the car. I think that was, the car stalled, and I don't know what I have mapped. So I have a setting, maybe auto clutch is not turned off. So, anyway, there you have it. I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. Didn't get too angry when the moment happened, and that's all I'm trying to do in my next move forward. This season was shot for me because I missed a race. Yeah, well, I thought I had done it, so. And Joe and I raced together, and I trust him quite a bit, so I did think it was my fault if we had contact. But anyway, I'm glad to see that it wasn't my fault, or at least, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So, tomorrow night, Redemption Friday, I guess I'm racing again. I do need to make some changes here. I am definitely not super comfortable with the rig. I like the motion, but if you guys noticed, I was really haunched forward. I think I need to get the seat moved forward a little bit more and tilt it back a little bit more if I can. And I definitely need to raise my pedals. Actually, that would help push me back too. So I need to make those adaptations to my rig. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., we're going to do a pit stop. And then I intend on, at 11, just driving this rig on a bunch of different sims. So I have my work cut out for me between now and then. We'll see if I can come through with the 11 a.m. sim. We might have to postpone it because I'd rather get this dialed in the best, but I'm going to do my best to get there as well. Thank you for joining me. We will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. for Redemption Friday as we try to do a little bit better at Watkins Glen. Maybe I'll be able to get another lap in, I hope. I'm really busy, so it's going to be hard to do that. But we will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. And yeah, that was the other thing. I had the wrong setup loaded. I was running around with 60 liters somehow. I physically changed it and then clicked on race. So I'm a little confused about what went on right there. Velcro myself to the chair. That's pretty funny, Stu. So there you have it. Good race, had fun, and enjoying the motion, but it's going to take some getting used to, that's for sure. I can't say that it helped, but I can't say that it is what was the problem tonight as well. So that is going to do it. Thank you for being here. This is the Simpit. I'm Shaun Cole, and I'll see you on the track.